Hey guys, Mr. Boom 87 here, back again with another episode. Welcome back to the Clopdrawer podcast. Man, it is been another episode. Before I start off and talk about this little tidbit over here, I just want to say thank you for the high viewership on like my last Club Draw podcast episode because I was genuinely happy to see that people like were enjoyed that video and like watched it. Yeah, I'm glad that like people still like care about the channel, they still want to watch. So I'm gonna continue making more videos and hopefully just continuing to do more episodes. Yeah, I'll probably try to work on some new videos and like new review videos and such. But I think for the time being, I'm just gonna be doing the podcast. So yeah. Now, as you can tell by the title of this video, this is an episode. This is an episode 2. This is episode 1.5. Mainly because I wanted to do a little bit of a discussion about the recent Nintendo Direct that came out. Now, for those, I'm sure some people have already seen it. And like, honestly, it was a pretty good Nintendo Direct, if I'm being honest. Like, we had tons of new reveals, tons of cool stuff announced, and like, so many like good stuff that came out of that Direct. And I'm just really happy that like so much stuff was put in. Like it did feel a bit lacking, but I think overall it was really good. Like at least for my personal preference, I think it was a pretty good direct. Um, so yeah, we're just gonna be going through everything, just sort of breaking it down. I'll try to like add visual cues in the video, if I can, but I just want to discuss everything because I have the trailer. I have the video up on my TV right now, so I'm just gonna go through it, just sort of watch everything, and piece it all together. So yeah, because I've already seen it. I'm just sort of breaking down like everything that was revealed. Um, but there was a lot revealed. Firstly came Pikmin 4, which honestly I'm kind of happy about because I didn't think we'd get any Pikmin 4 gameplay um, this recent. So this is actually really cool that we are actually getting like Pikmin 4 gameplay. Um, it definitely looks really nice. I think it has like a nice style to it. The game like it looks like a really good looking game. Um, like I think what I like about it is just like the new perspective of the game because it's like you get to see a lot of like the sky. It's like the camera angle is very nice in my opinion. I think what probably stopped me like I was never been really interested in Pikmin personally. But this game looks really cool and like really fun to check out. And I honestly cannot wait to like play this if I decide to like actually play this because I've never played a Pikmin game in my entire life and this looks like a good start. I mean, I definitely feel like I'd get like a lot of learning curve from this game. Like it's so good looking. Like it's really nice looking and um I honestly for like a Switch game, this looks pretty good. I am hoping that like another thing that I think dang it, went to the wrong video. No, okay. Um, but anyways, probably like I think what I would want the most like out of a Nintendo Direct is a new Switch announcement because let's face it and let's look at the facts real quick. The Nintendo Switch has been out for a while. People have seen the amount of things that have like there's been a ton of games, a ton of ports that are really cool, and some of the games seem to be like cloud versions of other like games that are easily playable on PS5 and Xbox. And that's mainly because the Switch is not a powerful console. It's not a console that like has a good processor and is like really good at like just being able to put out graphics and everything. Like it's not a strong system. It's definitely a good portable system and it like can run some pretty decent games, but we need a Switch Pro at this point cuz it's like we need at least 1080p 60 FPS and like allowing us to handle all the latest games. Or at least 4 or like 4K at most cuz there's it just feels like Nintendo is kind of just dragging the Switch with the mod. Cause I get that they're doing a lot with it, and there's a lot of cool stuff they're doing with it. But I think it's time for like a console upgrade, and I do hope that we do eventually get the Switch Pro. Either it's gonna be halfway through the year, either it's gonna be next year, or it's gonna be like in it's either gonna be like it's gonna be halfway through the year, at the end of the year, or next year, like at the beginning of next year, or like somewhere around spring of next year. Cause there's no way the Switch is gonna last for that long. Cause it's a good console, but there's only so much you can do with it. And plus, like all the next gen consoles are all really more powerful. So Nintendo really needs to step up their game, or they're gonna get left behind. Because as much as you may have good exclusives, you might end up losing out on like your graphic capabilities. But yeah, that's all I really want to say about it. Um, Overall, anyways, back onto Pikmin. Oh yeah, they revealed some like new like Pikmin types. Like well, at least one of them. It's an ice Pikmin that they revealed. But they also revealed a dog of some kind. It's basically a dog, but like I guess it's also like a Pikmin of some kind. I guess it's like a type of species. But I'm ultimately not that sure of what it is. It does look this thing does look very cute. Like I really love just like his dumb face. Like he looks so cute. His name is Ochi, which is that's a cute name, I think. It's he just looks so lovable. And I'm wondering like if he's gonna be with you the entire game, or is he just gonna be for some certain sections. Like he just looks awesome, and he kind of reminds me of like Poochie from Yoshi's Woolly World, and I really like Poochie in that game as well. So this is nice. Also another thing that they revealed, they're adding in a night mode for Pikmin 4, which I guess okay. The thing is that I'm not too big on Pikmin. I don't know that much about it, but like I night mode is something that like is really big, and I think that's cool. I think that's a cool thing to add, considering like if it's never been in the game in the first place, and like now you can actually like play around with it and like explore at night without having any like you don't have to like go back home to the ship without having to like you can do a night mode or something like that, and that's really nice. I think that's really cool. Yeah. Anyways, that's all for Pikmin. I think that's probably gonna be one of the games I might try to get. But it looks very nice, and I'll consider it. I'll consider it on my list. Uh, that is if Zelda won't like completely take up my slot, because I really want to play Tears of the Kingdom when it comes out. So yeah. Anyways, next up is Xenoblade Chronicles. I am not the biggest Xenoblade fan, so I get like it's cool that people are getting DLC. Um, I'm assuming the final volume has something to do with like the previous characters. From what I can tell, it seems to reveal like the previous characters in like the adult prime. Like they're older now, like they're adults. So this looks interesting, honestly, and who knows? It might be a fun time. I'm probably not gonna like get into it myself, cause I need to play every Xenoblade game in order to understand anything. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I've never been that interested in Xenoblade, but I do appreciate the fan. I'm sure the fans are very happy about this, so good for them, I guess. Next up, Samba de Amigo. Now, for those who don't know, Samba de Amigo was a Sega game released, like, I think it was for the Xbox 360 and the Wii. Um, it's a pretty. It was basically a rhythm game that involved like maraca type shaking. You use the Wii remote and nunchucks to do it. And yeah, there's a new game, Samba de Amigo Party Central. I'm not gonna play it myself, but it looks pretty good. I think the weird thing about it is that they use like the fonts for Crash Bandicoot. I don't know why that's the case, cause Sega didn't like help. Sega isn't involved with Crash Bandicoot or anything like that. So, cause it's Activision and Toys for Bob, which by the way, I hope we're getting a new Spyro game at some point. I'm hoping like something like I want like what I want out of like the new generation at the moment is I want a new Spyro game, a new like what is it? Like a new Sly Cooper game because the Sly Cooper franchise we still haven't gotten Sly 5, which I really want. And I'm sure a lot of people also want as well. Like it's just a thought that I've really been thinking about because Thieves in Time wasn't that great, and I'm hoping that one day we do get to see the games come back. I think that's about it. Oh wait, no, Infamous, and also another Uncharted game would be good. Uh, I've seen a lot of trend of the PS5 has no games, but that's probably on Pyro Cynical's side for the most part. But he isn't wrong. The PS5 is lacking games, so yeah, that's something to think about. Oh man. Yeah. Probably not gonna play the new Samba de Amigo game. That's just something to pass on. We have Fashion Dreamer. I'm not that big of a fan of like the fashion games. I know Style Savvy was something on the 3DS, but I'm not that interested in it. So yeah, yeah, we get we get a reveal of Dead Cell's return to Castlevania, which was announced I think at the Game Awards and is now actually being shown gameplay. Which, by the way, it looks really good. I've never played Dead Cells at all, so like I wouldn't mind trying it out as well as the DLC because like this looks really cool for like it looks like a really cool platformer, Metroidvania type game. So that's gonna be really fun to try out. We now like have a new Tron game, which is interesting, but I don't feel like I'm as interested in Tron that much. I get that like maybe it has its fans, maybe it doesn't. Honestly, in my opinion, I'm not that interested in it, so I'm not gonna give it the time and interest to it. So yeah, but I'm sure people like really enjoy it. Another game here is uh, Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Now, I've never heard of this game, but it does look really fun, so I might actually give this one a shot. It does look like a really nice sort of puzzle game that's like detective based. I think this could be really cool to check out, so yeah, I'll keep that in mind at least. Uh, it's quite nice though. It's quite nice to look at. What else was there? Oh yeah, we there was Deca Police, which is a new game by Level 5, and I'm very happy because I thought that Level 5 felt like it just kind of disappeared out of nowhere. At least in my opinion, like cuz it felt like when Yokai Watch like finished being made in like in the states in like the US, like it just kind of disappeared, and I thought that Level 5 just ended up becoming like a Japanese only developer, like it only releases the games in Japan. But I'm glad to see that they are making more games for like the US. I get I okay, maybe not the US, but like for all regions, so that's good. It's in Japanese. with English dub, which is fine because I'm kind of a guy who enjoys watching anime with subtitles. It's just something I enjoy. So this is quite cool. It looks like a very nice game. Like I'd absolutely play this game if I got the chance. Like this looks fun. So I definitely want to give it a try when it eventually comes out. We also have Bayonetta Origins. I'm not too interested in this one. It looks fine, but it doesn't feel like my cup of tea. It doesn't really feel like something. It like in my personal thoughts. I don't think I would want to try this game for myself. It's definitely interesting, but not. It's not my type of flavor that I'd want to go for. Maybe I'll try it someday, but I don't really feel like I'm gonna go for that. Oh yeah, we got some Splatoon DLC, which is really cool. Now they essentially have added back the original hub, like the original hub world from Splatoon 1. Cause like Inkopolis Plaza is something that I really loved. I thought Inkopolis Plaza was such a cool like hub world, and like I didn't have a Wii U at the time, so like this is really cool that you get to have this. I do hope that like they end up bringing back the original levels from Inkopolis, like because it would be fun. I think it would be fun to just check out all the different like places and such. Like check out all the old levels, maybe add some new mechanics. Cause it feels like they could do something like that. And yeah, I just really like the overall style. I also hope that Callie and Marie end up doing they do like the Inkopolis news, cause that would be really nice and a good change of pace for things. You know, have it so you can actually change between like the different broadcasters. It'd be kind of nice. I guess with the new try system, it could be a bit weird, but I think it's fine. I think they could do something nice with it. Honestly, like yeah, it looks really cool. They even added like new shopkeepers, like brought back the old ones, and even like some other like characters came back. So it's really cool. Oh yeah, there's Fred Crumbs, who I know is some kind of Japanese dish, some kind of like fried dish, but like he straight up looks like a nutsack. Like he just looks like a nutsack on like he's like a nutsack with shoes on. He looks like those he looks like the Kikui from Skyward Sword. Like he straight up just looks like that. It's so weird. I like the detail where the Squid Sisters can perform during the Splatfest. That's a really nice detail. I think that's really cool. And then we get like the Wave 2, which is interesting because the DLC itself is called Side Order, which makes me think that it's essentially going to focus on like what if Splatoon 3 decided to go with like the new order instead of like chaos? Cuz remember, when you think about it, like with the lore that we know, order and chaos was the last Splatfest that we had in Splatoon 2. And it was meant to determine what would be the next game because hang on. Okay, like I was saying before, I think I completely lost my train of thought because I was taking some water and I paused. Okay, so with what we know from like the Splatoon like DLC and everything that's been shown, like from what I can tell by like the new stuff that's being shown, I guess it's sort of like it's gonna focus more on like the other side of the Splatfest, because like what I mentioned before was that in Splatoon, okay, let's start off with Splatoon 1. Splatoon 1 had a Splatfest where it was voted who is the most popular Squid Sister. The most popular, I believe, was Callie, and she ended up becoming like the main protagonist. Or actually, okay, not main protagonist, but like sort of just like the new like leader of the Squid Beaks platoon. Since Captain Cuttlefish was off somewhere else. Yeah, so Captain Cuttlefish was off somewhere else. I guess he was just trying to like do his own separate research or something. So Callie took the mantle as the leader of the Squid Beaks platoon. And essentially after that, um, like Marie ended up being the one that got kidnapped, and like the whole law of Splatoon is just all over the place and such. And then like Splatoon 3, you have both of them there. But essentially, like in Splatoon 2, the final Splatfest was either like law, or like it was either chaos or order, and essentially chaos won, which resulted in the creation of Splatsville, which is essentially a chaos ridden land where old weapons that were previously banned from Splatoon 1 are now back in Splatoon 3, because the Outlands are literally a place of chaos. And that is cool. And it basically like clarifies that every final Splatfest determines what the next game is going to be. And from what we can tell by the wave 2 of the Splatoon 3 DLC, I think it's going to focus on the order side and like see what like order was, and like what it would have been in like if it was in Splatoon 3 from the first start. Because order looks really because this looks really interesting. And also the Octoling that we see, I, I know this is gonna sound like really dumb, and I don't think I'm right about this, but is there a possibility to some kind of degree that like she's related to um she's related to Marina in some way? Cause like they do show off Marina a little bit, but then again, it could also just be a new like it could just be a new protagonist for the story mode. Um, but I honestly don't know what we're gonna get. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna be. It does look really cool, so there's that at least. Yeah. But I'm quite excited for the Splatoon 3 DLC. It looks very promising, and I cannot wait to indulge in the lore of all of this. Cause like it's so it's like the design of everything, and like the fact that the Splatoon 2 like overworld looks this like the splats Inkopolis Square looks so like orderly, but also like really strange and abandoned. Like this is gonna be so cool to look into. Oh, it looks so interesting, and I cannot wait to see what they decide to do with this. Oh, but yeah, that's my take on Splatoon 3 DLC. Next up on the list, we have some Mickey Mouse stuff. This is Disney Illusion Island, and honestly, it's basically just like Rayman Legends, but with Disney characters. But it does look really nice. I like the design, I like the characteristic, and I like the art style. The hand drawn animation looks really cool. Like it looks like a fun game. But it looks like one of those games you'd probably like play with your friends, and probably just play with younger friends as well. Like it has that sort of like energy to it where it's like kids are probably gonna play this game, and you're probably gonna be enjoying it a lot more. So yeah, it does look fun. Then we get some Fire Emblem stuff. I don't care about Fire Emblem. I get that people enjoy Fire Emblem as much as like people drink water. So I don't really like. I'm not that big of a fan of Fire Emblem. So y'all can enjoy it. I'm just not gonna bother with it. I do like the character designs though. Uh, we we also get Harmony Fall of Reverie, which looks nice. It's I think it's a visual novel type game, but I'm not too interested in it. It's a cool style, but it's probably not like my taste. But to those who want to enjoy it, go ahead and enjoy it. I'm not gonna stop you. We then get some like stuff on Octopath Traveler 2, which I think looks really nice. It looks really cool. I like Octopath Traveler 2 a lot. Like, I've been meaning to play like the first game, and like once I do, I'm gonna go and play the second one. Like, I need to like play all of these games. Cause I just love the pixelated art style with like 3D overlays and like 3D buildings and everything. Like, it looks so cool. I just love it. Uh we also get Katamari. It's a remake of Katamari, which looks really nice. I think it's a cool thing, and it's good to see that Katamari is on the Switch now. So yeah, very nice. I'm not a, I don't know how to like go about this because I wouldn't say that I'm a fan of Katamari, but I do think it's a nice game that I would love to try out sometime. So this is definitely something I'd want to explore on my own time. We also get Sea of Stars, which looks really nice. I love the pixel art of Sea of Stars. Like, this looks like a game that was made on RPG Maker and then was like given a lot more life to it and like really pushed to its limits because like this looks amazing. I like the pixel art style. I love like the battle mechanics look pretty okay-ish, I guess. But it does look really fun, and I'd love to check it out sometime. So this is definitely something I want to give some time. Uh, like it does look very fun, and plus I'm an RPG nut, so that's good. Omega Strikers did not care about. Not even gonna give you the time of day to talk about it. Etrian Odyssey. Interesting that like Atlas decided, or I guess Sega and Atlas decided to like do a port of these games. I remember these are all 3DS games. Personally, I'm not a fan of them. I've played Persona Q a little bit, but okay, well, no, I haven't really played it. It's more like I've just been seeing it. Like, I've just seen gameplay of Persona Q, and I don't really like it that much. So I'm not really sure I'll be interested in this game as well. So, yeah, for people who like these games, good on you. For me, I'm not that interested. So y'all have a fun time with these games. Also, it's cool that like you don't actually have to buy the full collection. You can just get each of the games separately, which I think is fine because maybe some people have played both like the first and second game, but they haven't played the third and they don't have it on the 3DS, and they can just buy it on separately. Oh yeah, Advance Wars 1 2 Reboot Camp. I genuinely thought that this game had come out already. I thought that this game had already released. I didn't think that like it was still like it had been delayed. Like I've been I was kind of waiting for this game to like just get here at some point. Um but now it's here. And yeah, that's good. It's good that it's finally coming out. That's very nice. Also, we get some new stuff on Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. We get to have what I assume is like Olama, like it okay, well, Magalore type DLC. You get to play as Magalore, you get to upgrade his stuff, upgrade different stuff, like basically give him new abilities and strengths, which is cool. Like this looks like a really fun game to play. The only problem is that you have to like beat the main story of Return to Dreamland Deluxe in order to get it, which doesn't feel right. I feel like you should be able to at least allow people to play it for themselves without having to like without people having to play the main story and then like cuz some people did have a Wii and like they also had this game, so at least let those people be able to experience this new stuff without having to play through the old stuff. Have some uniqueness, you know? It's cool that we're getting Return to Dreamland Deluxe, but like let people play how they want to play, you know? Yeah. Anyways, another thing that came out, we now have Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games on Nintendo Switch. Now, for me personally, I think this is fine. If people aren't into emulation, like, good on you. Y'all can, like, yeah, get to enjoy these classic games. For me, I'm gonna stick to emulation for the rest of time and space because I just find it more interesting and also just fun. But it's cool that these games are finally getting like or getting to be on Switch. Even if it's through like an online service that is it kind of like misguided, I'd say. Like in some case, like in Nintendo Switch Online is okay-ish, but like it's also very strange and also overpriced in some cases. But it's cool. I also like the inclusion of Game Boy Advance games, which I think are cool. Like that's really fun. Cause people have, I'm sure there's some people who haven't had the pleasure of playing Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, as well as Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. Those games are fantastic games, and I absolutely love them. So it's good to see that people are getting to play them as well. Like, go play Minish Cap, go play Superstar Saga, the original one. They are fun. They are fun games. And yeah, just great in general. There's also Metroid Fusion, Kirby and Amazing Mirror. Like, there's a ton of other games that are really cool. Oh, I just. Okay, first off, I noticed Golden Sun. I still need to play Golden Sun. I've heard people talk about it a lot of the time, but like I've never gotten to play it, but it would be nice to play it. Also F-Zero. This is probably the only time F-Zero fans are gonna get like a W in some case. But even then it's like a lowercase W because of like just how minimal it is. I do hope like F-Zero fans get some respect though. But this looks cool. Oh yeah, here's the thing that kind of bothers me a little bit. They put Game Boy Advance on the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass. It's it's cool that they're doing that, but like the pricing for expansion pass might be a bit too much. So maybe it's best not to like get that. But you know what? It's cool anyways, and if you can afford it, good on you. So yeah, that's quite nice. It's quite nice that you get to play these. Also a cool thing that just happened, Metroid Prime remastered. Just a straight up remaster of Metroid Prime on Switch, and it was released the day of the Nintendo Switch like Nintendo Direct presentation. That's insane. Like that's genuinely insane. Like they planned that out perfectly. And honestly it makes sense. Like considering that like Metroid Prime 4 is gonna be coming out on Switch, they need to make sure that they have all the games on it. So like they have to make sure that they have Metroid Prime 2 and 3, Other M, have all the Metroid Prime games on Switch. So that way people can be able to like experience these games and then like play Metroid Prime 4. Like this game looks really nice. And quite HD honestly. Uh So yeah, I hope y'all. I hope we get to try this out at some point. We also get some stuff on Master Detective Archives, Rain Code. I might play it. I've never played a Danganronpa game in my life, and this is clearly not Danganronpa. It's made by the same people who made Danganronpa, but I might give this game a shot if I feel like it. Ultimately, um, we then get Baten Kaidos. I've never heard of Baten Kaidos in my entire life, but it's basically a HD remaster, which I'm sure a lot of people are gonna enjoy. I'm sure people are freaked out about it a lot, and like people are genuinely just gasping like that these games are here. Also, they're GameCube games, so that's nice. It's good to see that more GameCube games are getting like remasters. Um, so yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. You also get Fantasy Life, a new one. Looks quite nice. Looks like a nice time overall. And also a new Professor Layton game is gonna be in development. Uh, what was it called? What was it called? God. Yeah, it's yeah, the new world of Steam, which looks really nice. I think it's quite nice. A nice title. Looks like a fun game. I might try out the other Layton games, but I don't know. I might not be as interested. It's made by Level 5, so there's a good chance I might check it out. Then, one of the shocking things that came out, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe gets like a full on new course, like a new race course. It's not from any other games. It's not like a remake of previous tracks. It's not from Mario Kart Tour. It is a new track. Yoshi's Island is a entirely new track that was made from the ground up. And another thing we get Birdo. Birdo from Double Dash. She is back and like this is so cool. Like this is exactly what I wanted out of the booster course pack. Like what they needed to do for the booster course was simply just add in like new characters and completely unique and new tracks. And that's exactly what they're doing. And this is wave 4 by the way. So that means they have like 6 more times to like really pull this off and add a ton of new tracks, new stuff, and like just a ton of uniqueness to it. It looks so cool. I'm so happy, honestly. Yeah. Then we get the typical like show off of all the games that are going to be coming to Switch. You know, it's basically like the catalog where you get to like show off all of these games and like what games are going to be on Switch. So yeah, it's quite nice. Then we end off the direct with Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And oh boy, this looks really interesting. Like I cannot wait to play this because I played the entire a lot of Zelda like Breath of the Wild. So this game already looks like really cool and really fun to play. And I cannot wait to check it out for myself and just enjoy exploring Hyrule in an entirely like new way. Cause this feels unique. It feels new. It feels like a breath of fresh air. Um Not saying that Breath of the Wild wasn't a breath of fresh air, by the way, because I made a pun with breath. Anyways, yeah, Breath of the Wild was really good. So it's good to see we're getting new stuff, new mechanics, like new weapons. This is awesome, honestly, and I cannot wait to see how the story goes, what they're gonna do, and how they're gonna do it. And it seems like they're also doing like a nuts and bolts type of like building mechanics so that way you can get to different places, which I think is really nice and cool. And I cannot wait to like mess around with this sort of stuff because like this looks fun. This looks like I'd have an incredible like amount of fun with this. It's so cool looking. But yeah, like I said before at the beginning of this video, this was a solid Nintendo Direct. I think there was a lot that they managed to put out. The way it was arranged was really good, and it made sense to end off with Zelda because like Zelda is coming out. It's coming out on May 12th. It's obvious that like you gotta prepare like one last trailer just to get us all hyped for that time. So I cannot wait to play that game. I cannot wait to just enjoy it in every way. And yeah, I really am excited. Maybe I should do a Breath of the Wild let's play before like the release date or something. I got a couple months. I'm not gonna be. It's gonna be. I think I'm gonna be around for a while, so I think I might give it a shot and like play all the games. But currently, what I'm doing at the moment is playing a ton of other games. Like I've tried getting into Persona 5 Strikers, which I want to discuss for another time. I think that was what was meant to be my episode 2. Um, but yeah, I've also been playing Hi-Fi Rush, which is a very cool game that I highly recommend. If you haven't played Hi-Fi Rush, go play it. It's a super cool game. I think it has like really good characters, great like overall art style and design. it's just been it's just a good game to check out. And yeah, you just you if you have it's on PC, it's on Xbox. I don't know if it's on like PS4 and Switch. But yeah, you can go check it out for yourselves. I personally am just so happy that it's such a good game. Like it looks good, and it like just feels good to play. Yeah. Anyways, I think that's all I have to say. Those were my thoughts on the Nintendo Direct that we got, the information that was given to us, and yeah, I cannot wait to see what else Nintendo decides to do. So yeah, I think the only thing I have to say is thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all guys. I'll see you guys in the next Clopdrawer podcast episode. So yeah, see ya, guys. Also, quick side note: Nintendo, if you're listening to this, please, 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 for the love of God, please just make a Switch Pro. You know you're gonna get outpassed by Sony. Do you really wanna have that happen to you again? Please, please don't lack. Please don't lack, alright? Don't take this out.